Hello, YouTube. You can't see me, but it's Tim Hayes, and this is part 2 of my DVD and Blu-ray update for 2022. And as you can see, I got this poster from Shout Factory. Came with the Blu-ray of this movie. So on with part 2 of my DVD and Blu-ray update. And now you can see me. So put the webcam back where it belongs. So, Shout Factory's been doing these limited edition Blu-rays that they sell directly off their website, limited to 1,500 copies, and they've been doing that a lot with the Roger Corman titles that they own, since most of them don't really sell enough copies for them to do a wider release and to do it in larger numbers. So you just saw the poster, but here's the actual Blu-ray it came with. Stars David Carradine. It's from 1984. Welcome to a distant world of exciting battles, exotic women, mystical secrets, and evil wizards. Cain, played by David Carradine, is the last survivor of a mighty warrior tribe. Once an exalted warrior priest, Cain now wanders the planet as a mercenary sword for hire. In one small village, he finds two vicious clans struggling for power. Cain becomes embroiled in the treachery, the battles, the mighty wizardry, and the rampant debauchery. And it's a sword and sorcery movie, but it takes place on an alien planet. Hence why you get a Valkyrie woman with 4 breasts rather than 2, because she's an alien. And there's no extras listed, but I think the trailer is on here. But this runs 81 minutes, rated R, from 1984. And audio is mono, and it's in 1080p high-definition widescreen. So, David Carradine in The Warrior and the Sorceress. It's part sci-fi fantasy, since it takes place on an alien planet, and then it's sword and sorcery, and it's part martial arts. Yeah, despite the way David Carradine's barely dressed on the cover artwork, what you see on the back, he's pretty much dressed like that in the black outfit throughout the movie. Then another limited edition from Shout Factory's Scream Factory. It's another Roger Corman title. It's a women in prison movie from the 70s, The Hot Box, and this was going to be part of a triple feature DVD set years ago, but then they canceled the Roger Corman line when it wasn't making them much money. Tropical torture chamber where anything can happen. From a mission of mercy to no mercy, award-winning filmmaker Jonathan Demme, The Silence of the Lambs, produces and co-writes The Hot Box, an action thriller straight from the grimiest corner of the grindhouse. 4 nurses working in the tropical republic of San Rosario enter a hellish nightmare when they are kidnapped and delivered to a rebel army fighting a guerrilla war against oppressive government forces. Tormented by every man that crosses their path, the four women must band together in the dense jungle in pursuit of a solitary goal: survival. It's from 1972, rated R, in 85 minutes. And these Blu-rays are region A locked. And no extras, but there should be at least a trailer on here. And mono audio, and it's in 1080p high definition widescreen, and this is from the only available film element. Well, the Warrior and the Sorceress, I believe, is from the original negative. So two different Roger Corman titles from Shout Factory, Scream Factory line. The 80s outer space sword and sorcery martial arts film The Warrior and the Sorceress. In the 70s women in prison action flick The Hot Box. Both limited to 1,500 copies. So those are some that I got recently. And then some I bought off of Amazon Prime. One's a Kino Lorber Studio Classics, another drive-in flick, Savage Sisters. It's also called Ebony, Ivory, and Jade. And this includes the trailer along with audio commentary. Rated R, from 1974 and 86 minutes in color. It's from a brand new 2K master. Yeah, I believe these three women, they're put into a women's prison in the Philippines, and they break out. And they start a revolution. Or they're fighting in some sort of revolution. So Savage Sisters from Kino. It's one they got from MGM. And then one that had a DVD release years ago from Shout Factory on a double feature DVD. But that went out of print because it was two movies they licensed from MGM, and Vinegar Syndrome released the other film and a Blu-ray set of three different made-for-TV movie horror films. But Arrow got the better half of that DVD double feature and released it to Blu-ray. It's one that came on ABC TV back in the 70s. The Initiation of Sarah. It's something like Carrie. Yeah, we have Shy Misfit Sarah Goodwin, played by Kay Lenz, who was later in the movie House, the 80s horror film. Has a secret gift, the ability to control and destroy with her mind. Oh, and if you can hear something out there, I think that's a helicopter going to the hospital that's just down the road. When Sarah goes off to college with her more outgoing and popular sister Patty, Morgan Brittany, who was in the movie Sundown, the Vampire in Retreat, their plans to join the most prestigious sorority on campus are scuttled by snobby president Jennifer Lawrence, played by Morgan Fairchild, who was in the film Phantom of the Mall. Separated from her sister, Sarah is taken in by a rival, less popular sorority whose mysterious house mother, Mrs. Hunter, Shelley Winters from the film The Night of the Hunter, is harboring a secret of her own, a scheme to harness Sarah's terrifying power for revenge. Betrayed by Patty, humiliated by Jennifer, it can only be a matter of time before Sorority Hell Week erupts in flame. Arriving on Blu-ray in an all-new restoration by Arrow Films from the original camera negative, The Initiation of Sarah has never looked better and comes packed with all new bonus materials. Brand new 2K restoration by Arrow Films from 4K scan of the original 35mm camera negative. That surprises me. This was made for TV, but it was shot on 35mm. It's high definition 1080p Blu-ray presentation, original lossless mono audio, optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, brand new audio commentary by TV movie expert Amanda Reyes, Welcome to Hell Week, a pledge's guide to the initiation of Sarah, a brand new appreciation by film critic Stacy Ponder and queer horror programmer Anthony Hudson, co-hosts of the Gay Lords of Darkness podcast, and Cracks in the Sisterhood, Second Wave Feminism, and the Initiation of Sarah, which is a brand new visual essay by film critic and historian Alexandra Heller-Nicholas. The Imitations of Sarah, a brand new interview with film critic Samantha McLaurin, looking at witchcraft, empowerment, TV movies, and the telekinetic shy girls post-Carrie. The Initiation of Tom, a brand new interview with Tom Holland about this, his first film writing credit, image gallery, and reversible sleeve featuring newly commissioned artwork by Luke Insect. Region A locked, not rated, since this is one of those made-for-TV movies, 97 minutes, from MGM Color, Audio's Mono 1.0, English audio, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, 1.33 aspect ratio since it's TV movie. Yeah. Copyrighted by MGM in 2022, but well, that's the current copyright date, but it's the film itself is copyrighted 1979. Orion Pictures Corporation, which is now owned by MGM. I believe that says 1979. Just such small print, and I've got bifocals on, so seems like even with bifocals, I need magnifying glass. Let me see if I've got a magnifying glass. 78 or 79. I think this came on TV in '78. Find any magnifying glass. Changes from 8 to a 9. It's just such small freaking print. Just like to be able to read that sucker. I know I have a magnifying glass around here. Where? Let's see. This should do. It's 1978, which I looked like a 9, but it looks like an 8 to me. And now another one I bought off the Amazon Prime. It's also put out by Arrow, but this is one they licensed from Universal Pictures. Sci-Fi outer space film, silent running, a film by Douglas Trumbull. I don't want to read too much on the back, but stars Bruce Dern, who was later in the film The Burbs. He did a bunch of other films long before he did this, or The Burbs, but it's another one of his first films long before he ever did The Burbs. This Blu-ray features brand new 2K restoration from the original camera negative, approved by director Douglas Trumbull, produced by Arrow Video exclusively for this release, high definition 1080p Blu-ray presentation, original lossless mono audio, optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, and a brand new audio commentary by critics M. Newman and Barry Forshaw. Original audio commentary by Douglas Trumbull and actor Bruce Dern. Isolated music and effects track. No Turning Back. A new interview with film music historian Jeff Bond on the film's score. First Run, a new visual essay by writer and filmmaker John Spirit, exploring the evolution of silent running screenplay, the making of silent running, an archival 1972 on-set documentary, Silent Running by Douglas Trumbull and Douglas Trumbull Then and Now, 2 archival interviews with the film's director, a conversation with Bruce Dern, an archival interview with the film's lead actor, theatrical trailer, extensive behind-the-scenes gallery, reversible sleeve, featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Eric Roper, bonus features not rated, not all subtitled, but English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, rated G, general audiences, 1.0 mono audio color, and it's in English. Region A locked, aspect ratios of 1.85 widescreen, and 90 minutes. So Silent Running. Arrow release licensed from Universal Pictures. And then a Blu-ray. These are mainly, in this stack, it's mainly stuff I've got, or I bought off Amazon Prime. Obscure 60s European horror film, An Angel for Satan, starring Barbara Steele. And this is one she did. It's either French or an Italian film, and it originally never was dubbed into English, but now it's either finally been dubbed or an English dub track has been found. And Eurocult AV calls An Angel for Satan an absolute revelation, amazing looking Italian horror with riveting plot twists anchored by an excellent Barbara Steele performance. And I believe this was never released theatrically in the US. It was just one of those films that got released to theaters over in Europe, and then it just got bootlegged here in the US for the longest time. This stars Barbara Steele, Anthony Stephan, Ursula Davis, Aldo Berti, Maureen Melrose, Vasily Karamessinis, and Betty D'Elon, and Mario Brega, and Claudio Gorga. Story by Luigi Emanuele, screenplay by Giuseppe Mangione and Camillo Mastro Cinque, or I can't, it's one of those hard Italian names. Director of photography Giuseppe Acquari, and music by Francesco Di Mazzi. Associate producer Giuliano Simonetti, and produced by Liliana Bianchini, and directed by Camillo Mastro Cinque. Well, it's spelled Mastrocineque. I used to be able to pronounce Italian when I was a music major at MJC, having to learn Italian International Phonetic Alphabet, but now not so well. It just comes in slip case. So, Angel for Satan on Blu-ray from Severin, stars Barbara Steele. I believe this is the Blu-ray. Should be. Yeah, these should all be Blu-rays. And another one I got, it's a Kino Lorber release. And I believe Shout Factory owns this one now, since they've been streaming it on Shout Factory TV. It's an Italian clone of The Exorcist called The Antichrist, and it's also called The Tempter. Stars Carla Gravini, Mel Ferrer, Arthur Kennedy, and Alida Valli. It's from 1974, color 112 minutes, 1.85 widescreen, 1920 by 1080p, high definition, English subtitles, region A locked, Studio Canal. But I don't think Shout Factory owns Studio Canal, so maybe Studio Canal actually owns this in the US and they've given Shout Factory the rights to stream it. Brand new 4K restoration by Studio Canal. Some special features: Raising Hell featurette with director, co-writer Alberto De Martino and composer Ennio Morricone, who died, I think, was it last year? I don't remember, but it was in recent years. Audio commentary by author, film historian Lee Gavin and film critic Sally Christie. TV spot, The Tempter opening credits, and includes English and Italian 2.0 audio, and it's not rated, but I believe this was rated R when it was first released in the US. So I don't know if maybe it was cut up for an R rating, and maybe this is just a longer unrated cut. So The Antichrist from Kino Lorber on Blu-ray. One more I have. Film Detective Blu-ray release that I got off at Amazon Prime. Special edition Blu-ray. 50s creature feature alien invasion movie, The Brain from Planet Eros. Special features a very special film introduction, Not the Same Brain by Planet Eros star Joyce Meadows. Full commentary track by historians Tom Weaver, David Schechter, Larry Lemire, and actor Joyce Meadows. Two featurettes from Ballyhoo Motion Pictures, The Man Before the Brain, director Nathan Juran, and The Man Behind the Brain, The World of Nathan Juran, full color booklet with original essay by author historian Tom Weaver, and includes both widescreen 1.85 and full frame 1.33 formats. So it's in both the matted widescreen and the open matte full frame formats. It's from 1957, 71 minutes, black and white, not rated, region free but closed captioned. licensed from Wade Williams. He owns a bunch of these 50s sci-fi horror B-movies that he had out on DVD from Image Entertainment, but now he's slowly getting them out on Blu-ray. So diabolical power unequaled in science fiction when gore, an evil brain from planet Eros, inhabits the body of scientist Steve March. His intention is nothing less than world domination. Lucky for Earth, another intergalactic brain, Vol, offers to assist March's wife Sally in stopping the madness. How does Vol intend to help? By inhabiting Sally's dog. A great example of cut-rate sci-fi from the 1950s, this independently produced feature stars B-movie favorite John Agar, The Mole People, and Revenge of the Creature, which is Creature from the Black Lagoon Part 2, and was directed by Nathan Juran, a master of the genre, who helmed such classics as The Deadly Mantis, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, and the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. So The Brain from Planet Eros, starring John Agar, on Blu-ray from Film Detective. And then a couple more Shout Factory, Scream Factory Blu-rays I bought off their website, more limited edition. One's a 1964 black and white film, Flesh Eaters, and it includes a new 2K scan of the film from the best available elements, and then an alternate cut of the film, audio commentary of the alternate cut by writer-producer Arnold Drake, filmmaker Fred Olen Ray, and author, film historian Tom Weaver, and Flesh Eater's Daughter interview with actress Leanne Curtis, outtakes, storyboard gallery, image gallery, poster and lobby gallery, and some trailers. It's in audio or mono audio in 1080p high definition widescreen 1.85, English subtitles, black and white region 8 locked, 87 minutes. One of the best kept secrets in cult movie fandom, says Donald Gorisco of AllMovie. Hungry for horror? Director Jack Curtis, the voice of Pops on Speed Racer in the USA, offers you a feast to die for with The Flesh Eaters, a flight chartered by a petulant film actress and her secretary goes haywire when a storm and engine trouble force their down on his luck pilot to land on a remote island, but this island is inhabited by Professor Peter Bartel, a scientist with a disturbing past and an even more disturbing present, experimenting on mysterious microbes existing in the waters surrounding the island. Bartel hopes to cultivate them into insatiable monstrosities capable of eating their prey's skin in the blink of an eye. An early entry in the splatter film subgenre, The Flesh Eaters boasts a screenplay by comics writer Arnold Drake, co-creator of 4 color favorites, Doom Patrol, Deadman, and the original Guardians of the Galaxy. So The Flesh Eaters from Shout Factory Scream, and it's a little over 34 minutes, so I'm going to get going. It's another one I bought from Shout Factory, limited edition. It's the She Creature, and this also came with a poster, so I want to get Hypnotized, reincarnated as a monster from hell, the she-creature, it can and did happen, based on authentic facts you've been reading about. So, putting that over the other poster now. And DVD Drive-In calls the she-creature one of the most memorable the 50s monsters. The stunningly lovely assistant to a fiendish hypnotist finds the beast within her unleashed in the drive-in classic The She-Creature. Andrea Talbot, played by Marla English, becomes a pawn in the deadly intentions of Dr. Carlo Lombardi, played by Chester Morris, who uses his sinister powers to regress her to a past life as a prehistoric humanoid monster from the ocean's depths. Using Andrea to commit shocking and vengeful murders, Lombardi's crimes go unchecked until his assistant-turned-assassin slowly begins to take control of her hideous new form. Special features include Mystery Science Theater 3000 presents The She-Creature, so it's the episode of MST3K when this was on there, and then the radio spot and the photo gallery. The audio is mono, 1080p, high definition widescreen, 1.85, 1956, 78 minutes, English subtitles, not rated, region A locked, and it's in black and white. Copyrighted 1956 by Selma Enterprises Incorporated. So the She-Creature, another limited edition Blu-ray from Shout Factory, part of their Scream Factory Blu-ray line. And I also got some DVDs. One is a box set of Marilyn Monroe movies put out by 20th Century Fox, which Disney now owns. DVDs include Marilyn Monroe, Her Final Days, 7-Year Itch, River of No Return, Niagara, Let's Make Love, and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. And a bunch of these I haven't taken the shrink wrap off of yet. And then I also bought a 4-movie set of Marilyn Monroe favorites, which, like the box set, it also includes Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, 7-Year Itch, but unlike the box set, this 4-movie set includes How to Marry a Millionaire and Some Like It Hot. So this is list MGM and 20th Century Fox, and I tore the shrink wrap off of this a while back. It's just the 4 DVDs. And some of these do include a few extras, such as trailers. And they're all wide. I think the ones on this set are mainly widescreen. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes is pre-widescreen. I'm not sure if these are 16 by 9 anamorphic widescreen or not. They should be. So we've got some Marilyn Monroe movies, and then made-for-TV movie that Code Red and Kino Lorber got from MGM. But this movie, even though it was a made-for-TV movie on ABC TV in the 80s, it did get shown in movie theaters overseas, so this is that widescreen European theatrical version. Starflight 1 features brand new 2K master and the trailer, not rated, 1983 color, 115 minutes, English 2.0 mono, subtitled for the deaf and hard of hearing, anamorphic widescreen 1.66, region 1 locked, because this is just the DVD. And the stars Lee Majors from TV's $6 Million Man, Hal Linden from TV's Barney Miller, and actress Lauren Hutton. So special effects guru John Dykstra, Star Wars and Star Trek the Motion Picture, brings his technical expertise to this futuristic vision of the maiden flight of the world's first hypersonic transport jet. Touted as a technological breakthrough, the super-speed aircraft debarks amid much fanfare. All systems are go until a misguided missile renders the craft helpless, pushing it into a deadly orbit above Earth that threatens the total annihilation of its passengers. Time is running out for the Starflight 1, aka Starflight, the plane that couldn't land, in this nerve-jangling space-age disaster movie directed by suspense specialist Jerry Jameson. Airport 77, Brute Corpse, and Raise the Titanic, with music by the great Lalo Skiff or Skiffrin, Bullet, and Prime Cut, Mission Impossible, and the Amityville Horror. Heading the all-star cast of the sci-fi adventure are Lee Majors' TV's $6 Million Man and The Fall Guy, and he was in the movies Killer Fish and The Norseman. As the ship's captain, Hal Linden, TV's Barney Miller, and When You Coming Back, Red Ryder. As the scientific genius behind the machine, Lauren Hutton, American Gigolo, Once Bitten, and Lassiter, and Robert Webber, 10, Private Benjamin, Wrong is Right, Tess Harper, Tender Mercies, Amityville 3D, Ray Milland, Blackout, Frogs, and Battlestar Galactica, Gail Strickland, Who'll Stop the Rain, The Drowning Pool, Michael Sachs, The Sugarland Express, Slaughterhouse 5, Terry Kaiser, Weekend at Bernie's, John DiCenso, The Omega Syndrome, and a fiery performance by Jocelyn Brando, Marlon's sister, as Mrs. Harvey, the reporter from Christian Weekly, in this thrilling disaster picture. So Stargate or Starflight 1 from Code Red, and Kino Lorber licensed from MGM. Let's see. A few more DVDs. 45.5 minutes almost. Got the Warner Archive Collection DVD, our manufactured on-demand DVD of the cartoon documentary Bugs Bunny Superstar. It's in full screen 1.37, color in black and white, 90 minutes. And this includes audio commentary by director Larry Jackson and an image gallery behind the scenes photos. This includes the cartoons, What's Cookin' Doc, A Wild Hare, A Corny Concerto, I Ta Putty Tat, Rhapsody Rabbit, Walkie Talkie Hockey, My Favorite Duck, Hair Raising, Hair and the Old Gray Hair. It's a 24-karat salute to the best of Looney Tunes. What was it like to work in Termite Terrace, birthplace of Bugs Bunny? Daffy Duck and a veritable horde of cartoon icons get a taste of that crazy and creative fun factory in this loving and droll documentary hosted by ace animator Bob Clampett. Features interviews with fellow Termite Terrace residents Fritz, Freelink, and Tex Avery, narrated by Orson Welles. Bugs Bunny Superstar includes 9 complete cartoons that are prime examples of collaborative efforts of Warner cartoonists, ink and painters, effects artists, and others. No idea was too outrageous, Clampett says, seeing rare home movies of the animators as they act out ideas adds to that sense of unrestrained creativity. This was when I used to check out the VHS tape from the public library, and then this would get shown on basic cable. I believe TNT would show this, and I think a local TV station showed it once, but it was the same print as the MGM VHS tape. So Bugs Bunny Superstar from Warner Archive Collection. And then I got from Amazon Prime the Alpha Video DVD of cartoon rarities of the 1930s. This includes Toyland Adventure, Beachcombers, Betty Boop's Kerchoo, Puddle Pranks, Bars and Stripes, Bosco on the Beach, Old Mother Hubbard, The Farmerette, Hunky and Spunky, Tightrope Tricks, I Want to Be a Sailor, Boom Boom, Beauty Shop, Pastry Town Wedding, and Bird Scout. So it's color in black and white cartoon shorts in 108 minutes from oldies.com Alpha Video distributors. So let's see. Two more DVDs. Kino Lorber Studio Classic releases, and one's an action-adventure movie, Alistair MacLean's River of Death, and this was one that came on TBS late at night, I believe back in the 90s. It's from 1989, rated R, 107 minutes, anamorphic widescreen 1.85, region 1 locked, from 20th Century Fox and MGM. Special features audio commentary by director Steve Carver and star Michael Dudikoff in the original theatrical trailer. And there was a Blu-ray, but this one's gone out of print, so I think this was about the only cheapest option I could find for this one. Mastered in HD in the nightmarish last days of the Third Reich, psychotic Nazi scientist Robert von Bullitt escapes to the impenetrable jungles of the Amazon. 7 years later, a mysterious, incurable disease breaks out among the natives, and adventurer John Hamilton Michael Dudikoff, Avenging Force, is hired to lead investigators on a search for the cause, braving bloodthirsty river pirates, hostile native tribes, and head-hunting cannibals. Hannibal guides a group of explorers up the deadly Rio del Muerte to the fabulous lost Inca city. Action specialist Steve Carver, Lone Wolf McQuaid, directs this top-notch action-adventure based on the Alistair MacLean Blackheart Pass novel. The stellar cast includes Donald Pleasance, Wake and Fright, Herbert Lom, the Golden Salamander, and L.Q. Jones, the Wild Bunch. So, River of Death DVD from Kino Lorber, and then another one that's going out of print is John Borman's The Emerald Forest. This was one I saw all the TV commercials for it right about the time it came out, and then this was one you always saw the VHS tape at the video rental store back in the 80s. And this is newly remastered in HD. From John Borman, director of Deliverance, comes a wildly ambitious parable that transports us to a singularly imaginative realm. The Emerald Forest is an exotic and erotic nightmare replete with one lushly enrapturing scene after another. For 10 years, engineer Bill Markham Powers Booth, Extreme Prejudice, has searched tirelessly for his son Tommy, who disappeared from the edge of the Brazilian rainforest. Miraculously, he finds the boy living among the reclusive Amazon tribe who adopted him, and that's when Bill's adventure truly begins, for his son, Charlie Borman, played by Charlie Borman, the director's son, is now a grown tribesman who moves skillfully through this beautiful but dangerous terrain, fearful only of those who would exploit it. And as Bill attempts to rescue him from the savagery of the untamed jungle, Tommy challenges Bill's idea of true civilization and his notions about who needs rescuing. Co-stars Meg Foster from the film The Osterman Weekend, rated R, 1985, color 114 minutes, anamorphic widescreen, 2.35, English subtitles, region 1 locked, and even though it doesn't really list any extras, the trailer's on here. It's from MGM, but it was originally put out by Embassy Pictures and Embassy Home Video, which Embassy Pictures is part of MGM now. So any of the titles that were put out by Embassy Home Video that were part of the Embassy Pictures library, it's either MGM, Studio Canal, or Lionsgate, but I think it's mainly MGM has that has most of it, and then a few or with Lionsgate and Studio Canal. So John Borman's The Emerald Forest, loosely based on a true story, actually 2 different true stories. So on with the Blu-rays. Since I got interested in John Borman, I got the Blu-ray of another one of his films, Excalibur. Spellbinding magnificent, a filmmaker at the peak of his powers, says Leonard Maltin's movie guide. First time high-def release hails Excalibur's 30th anniversary, and this includes commentary by director John Borman. And this one's rated R. 141 minutes in English subtitles. And 1.85 anamorphic widescreen, English 5.1 Dolby Digital, I think mono, and 1.0 French, 1.0 Espanol, both Castilian and Latin, and subtitles in English for deaf and hard of hearing, and then French and Spanish. And the legend of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table receives its most impressive screen treatment in Excalibur from visionary director John Borman, Deliverance, Hope and Glory, and The Emerald Forest. All the elements of Sir Thomas Malory's classic Le Morte d'Arthur are here. Arthur, Nigel Terry removing the sword Excalibur from the stone, the Round Table's noble birth and tragic decline, the heroic attempts to recover the Holy Grail, and the shifting balance of power between wily wizard Merlin, Nicol Williamson, and evil sorceress Morgana, Helen Mirren, with Patrick Stewart, Gabriel Byrne, and Liam Neeson in notable early screen roles. Excalibur serves up as a New Yorker's Pauline Kael wrote one lush enraptured scene after another. So this is Blu-ray from Warner Brothers. John Borman's Excalibur. I believe this one's from 1981. And I also got the Blu-ray of John Borman's The Emerald Forest, as well as the DVD, but it's about the same as the Blu-ray. It's all the same stuff, just you get the film in widescreen, color, rated R cut, and the trailer. Region A locked, since it's a Blu-ray. And then a few Blu-rays I bought from Dark Force Entertainment. One's Forced Entry. Where Do You Hide When There's No Place to Hide? And this had been out on Blu-ray before, but now it's on Blu-ray in 2 different cuts. The 88-minute VHS version and standard definition is included, featuring the longest version of the movie that doesn't exist on film and contains footage not found in any other version. And now you get the original a 2K scan from the original 35mm negative material of the US theatrical release of Force Entry, which is 83 minutes version, contains almost 10 minutes more of nudity and rape scenes than the previous Dark Force release. It's in 1.85 anamorphic widescreen, regions A, B, C, rated R, in English mono. So Force entry from Code Red and Dark Force. And then another Code Red Dark Force release. Fangs, also called snakes. They slither, they slide, and they crawl, and they kill. It's also called Holy Wednesday, the unholiest night of the week. And this includes a bunch of extras. Includes a new 2K scan of the uncut Holy Wednesday version from the original 35mm camera negative with extensive color correction and alternate Fangs opening, still gallery of, and you get a still gallery of articles, ads, and posters, and doesn't list it, but I believe the trailer is on here. It's in 1080p high definition widescreen 1.78, regions A, B, C, 1974, copyrighted by Worldwide Films Corporation. Now rated R, color 91 minutes. So this is Killer Snake movie from the 70s. Holy Wednesday, also called Fangs, and it's called Snakes. Biggest bite since Jaws. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think this was one that got shown on either the Movie Channel or Cinemax back in the early 80s. One more from Dark Force Entertainment, a drive-in double feature Blu-ray. Bog plus Mako, The Jaws of Death. And Mako, The Jaws of Death is a 2K scan from the original uncut 35mm camera negative, giving it the best quality to date, and main feature is the long-lost 1979 drive-in monster classic Bog for the first time in high def, and guaranteed to please those B-movie lovers. It doesn't list any extras, so maybe it's just the two films that you can watch like an old drive-in double feature. English mono color. Bog is $85 minutes. Mako, The Jaws of Death, 93 minutes. Anamorphic widescreen 1.85. Bog is copyrighted 1979, Bog Productions. Mako 1976, Universal Majestic Inc., region ABC, rated PG. Anamorphic widescreen 1.85. At 85 minutes for Bog. Mako, The Jaws of Death, 93 minutes. So that's all I had from Dark Force. And then some more from Severin, Kino Lorber, Scorpion, Paramount, and Arrow. First is Severin Blu-ray, Raiders of Atlantis, directed by Ruggero Deodato, the director of Cannibal Holocaust. This features some special features: Ruggero and the Fate of Atlantis, interview with director Ruggero Deodato, Quest for Atlantis, interview with cinematographer Roberto de Ettore Piazzoli, an audio commentary with Vinegar Syndrome's Brad Henderson and actor Tony King, and you get the trailer, and this is from 1983, color English dubbed, 92 minutes, 1080p, full HD, resolution 1.85, region A locked, English mono. And this was released straight to VHS tape in the US. It wasn't shown in theaters in the US, so I don't think this ever got a MPA and MPAA film rating, but this would probably be rated R because it's pretty violent. So Raiders of Atlantis from Severin, and then from Kino Lorber, it's the Vincent Price film The Last Man on Earth, based on the novel I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. And we're going almost 67 minutes, so try to move this along. And this includes audio commentary by Richard Harlan Smith, and features Richard Matheson, storyteller, and trailers from Hell with Joe Dante, TV spots, and an alternate ending, which I think all the public domain DVD releases didn't include the alternate ending, and the Scream Factory Vincent Price Collection Blu-ray set Volume 2 didn't, I don't think, had that alternate ending. It's 1964 black and white, 86 minutes and 2.35 anamorphic widescreen, 1920 by 1080p high def, English subtitles. It says Orion Pictures 1964, but it was originally American International Pictures, English dubbed Italian sci-fi horror film. From MGM, and this was remade with Will Smith in recent years as I Am Legend. So Last Man on Earth, starring Vincent Price. And then also from Kino Lorber is Village of the Giants, and this is one that was shown on MST3K back in the 90s. Includes audio commentary by film historian Tim Lucas and original theatrical trailer, not rated, 1965, color, 81 minutes, 1.85 anamorphic widescreen, 1920 by 1080p high def, English subtitles, region A, and it's from Studio Canal and MGM. Well, Studio Canal did a 4K restoration. Stars Tommy Kirk, Johnny Crawford, and young Ron Howard, and Joy Harmon, who was in Cool Hand Luke, plays one of the teenage girls that grows to the size of a giant. So Village of the Giants from Kino. And then One was originally announced years ago as coming to DVD from Code Red, and then Scorpion, and then was going to be Dark Force and Code Red, but now it's gone back to Scorpion. It's one that so far it was sold exclusively through Capstone Films website, but then Diabolique DVD started selling it. It's a Blu-ray of The Farmer. And this is one that is so violent, never got shown on TV. And special features include HD scan of the original negatives, music-only track, HD trailer for The Farmer, and then Scorpion trailers, rated R, 1080p, high definition, widescreen 1.78, region A locked. 1977 color, 97 minutes. It was originally put out by Columbia Pictures. Stars Gary Conway from TV's Land of the Giants. So this is a violent revenge exploitation movie. The farmer, he doesn't get mad, he gets even. An uncompromising explosion of total vengeance. And almost 72 minutes, so try to hurry this along, but I just have so much to show off. Next, from Paramount, is South Park Seasons 1 through 5 on Blu-ray. So it's over 75 episodes from Seasons 1 through 5. And bonus features include commentary by the creators of South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, on 61 episodes. And then Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls music video, and Cartman Oh Holy Night music video, and more. In 1080p high definition and Dolby True HD and 5.1 Dolby Digital and 2.0 Dolby Digital. Parental advisory: explicit content warning. This program is recommended for mature audiences only. It contains adult language and situations. Not rated. It's from Comedy Central. And from 1997 to 2001, color 1780 minutes, US, not rated. Canada, rated 14A, animated, and it's widescreen. But I think the first episode is still full screen, but everything else is pretty much widescreen. So South Park Seasons 1 through 5 on Blu-ray from Paramount and Comedy Central. And then I got the Arrow Steelbook of the David Lynch film version of the Frank Herbert sci-fi fantasy novel Dune, A Place Beyond Your Dreams, a movie beyond your imagination, and it's a 3-disc limited edition steelbook, and it includes the film on a 4K disc, 4K Ultra HD, as well as a Blu-ray. And this is just full of extras. And while it has some deleted scenes from the movie, you only get the 137-minute theatrical cut of the film. You know, it's one that they licensed from Universal Pictures, and Universal Pictures put out a double-sided DVD a while back that included both the extended cut and the theatrical cut, but I believe director David Lynch wouldn't allow Arrow and Universal to put out a Blu-ray of the extended cut, so you only get the shorter theatrical cut. So I think most of the extras on here are just from the past Blu-ray and DVD release. And then looks like there's a few new extras on the third disc. First disc has the movie and some of the extras. But it's on both Blu-ray and the 4K, and then the third disc's bonus disc on a regular Blu-ray. But these seem to be mainly older extras, either stuff that was shot back in the early aughts, the 2000s, and then some stuff from the early 80s, 1983, and then one extra filmed in 2020. So it's just the PG-13 theatrical cut. And then the third disc is just extras, not rated. So it's a bunch of extras. So Dune 4K Steelbook from Arrow and Universal Pictures. And then another cult movie from Arrow is Beyond the Door 2, which is also Shock. Yeah, it's Mario Bava's Shock, which got released in the US as Beyond the Door 2. I bought the limited edition directly from Arrow, so I got this limited edition slip cover. Okay, few more Blu-rays. From Amazon Prime, I also got the Blu-ray edition of Starflight 1 put out by Kino Lorber and Code Red from MGM. And extras are the same as DVD, I believe. I just brand new 2K master in the trailer. And then from Kino, I got the Blu-ray of Bela Lugosi and the Death Kiss. And this includes original color sequences hand-tinted by Gustav Brock, which weren't in the public domain copies of the film. And it's mastered in HD from archival 35mm elements preserved by the Library of Congress, and audio commentary by film historian Richard Garland Smith. 1932 color black and white, 71 minutes, 1.33, 1080p HD. And then another older film put out by Kino. It's the complete Metropolis, the Fritz Lang sci-fi silent film. This includes the 1927 score by Gottfried Huppert's performed by Red Funk Symphony Orchestra, Berlin, and conducted by Frank Strobel, presented in DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, and then Voyage to Metropolis, 50-minute documentary on the making, the restoration of the film, and an interview with Paula Felix Didier, curator of Museo del Cine Buenos Aires, where the missing footage was discovered, and the 2010 re-release trailer. So this incorporates 25 minutes more of newly discovered footage from a 2010 restoration, originally put out in Germany in black and white in 1927, and it's 148 minutes in HD. And it's before widescreen movies, so it should be 1.33. So Metropolis from Kino. Another from Kino Lorber is part of the Cohen film collection, digitally remastered. Classics of American cinema is Dementia, not to be confused with Dementia 13. And this was also released to theaters as Daughter of Horror. It includes that cut on here. You get a trailer. And this movie is the movie that they're watching in the movie theater in the 1958 film The Blob, starring Steve McQueen. And it looks like the original Dementia cut is a digital remaster from the 35mm negative, while the Daughter of Horror cut is from a 35mm print, and then you get the original theatrical trailer. And 1953 1.37 full screen at 1080p HD, 56 minutes, English with optional English subtitles, dual mono, black and white. And this was the one movie where not a single word is spoken on the screen, and so it was pretty much a silent movie. I think you had some actors making some sounds, but it was pretty much like a silent movie. And then it got recut from Dementia to Daughter of Horror, where Ed McMahon narrated the film. So Dementia from Kino. And some more from Shout Factory. It's one that they licensed from Paramount, Fire in the Sky, based on a true story. It's an alien abduction movie that Paramount put out in theaters and drive-ins back in 1993, and it's PG-13, and includes a new interview with director Robert Lieberman, and you get an interview with actor D.B. Sweeney, interview with actor Robert Patrick, interview with composer Mark Isham, and you get a photo gallery and a theatrical trailer. It doesn't list it, but I think this is a new HD scan. I think that was the big deal about Shout Factory giving this a Scream Factory release, was that it was from a new HD master. But I'm not sure if it was 4K or not. Region A locked, 1993, 109 minutes, English subtitles, 1080p high definition widescreen at 2.39, and you get it in English DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 and stereo. It's a Fire in the Sky from Shout Factory, Scream Factory, and Paramount. Oh, we are going on for a long time. Another Shout Factory, Scream Factory release is one of their 4K releases. The collector's edition of Alligator has both 4K and regular Blu-ray. It includes audio commentary with the director Louis Teague and actor Robert Forster. And this new 4K scan from the original negative. You get new interview with actress Robin Riker, and new interview with Louis Teague, new interview with special effects artist Robert Short, audio commentary with Louis Teague and Robert Forster, interview with screenwriter John Sayles, teaser trailer, theatrical trailer, TV spots, trailers from hell, filmmaker Karen Kusama on Alligator, and then the third disc is just a regular Blu-ray that includes the television version, new 4K scan from the original camera negative with additional footage scanned from an inner positive. And these are all in 1.85 widescreen. Audio's mono. And the theatrical version is 90 minutes, while the TV cut is 98 minutes. Rated R, Region A. So Alligator 4K from Shout Factory, Scream Factory. And then Shout Factory Blu-ray is the Grateful Dead movie, and it includes the Blu-ray of the film from the 35mm camera, or the 35mm film negative in high def, presented in 1.78 widescreen. And you get multiple audio tracks, as well as feature-length commentary with supervising editor Susan Crutcher and film editor John Nutt, and English subtitles option in the entire movie. The Blu-ray disc runs 132 minutes, and then the second disc is just a bonus features disc. That's just a DVD. So Blu-ray is Region A locked, and the DVD disc 2, the bonus features, Region 1 locked, includes 95 minutes of bonus concert, or more than 95 minutes of bonus concert footage, and bonus songs transferred from 16mm camera original film negative. And you get the making of animated sequence documentary film, making of the DVD documentary film, and television commercial from Mars Hotel album 1974, multi-camera and multi-track audio demonstration, extensive photo gallery, production notes, photos, film stills, and other historic items from the movie's production. Running time of disc 2 approximately looks like it says 75 minutes, but a little tiny 1 in front of it, so it's, I guess that's a, where did I put my magnifying glass? Yeah, 175 minutes. So it's 5 hours worth of content on this Blu-ray plus DVD set. The Grateful Dead movie. And another Scream Factory title is Survive. It includes a 4K scan of the inner positive film element, and then you get the original 112-minute version, full frame in standard definition in Spanish with English subtitles, and the theatrical trailer. And the theatrical cut's 85 minutes, rated R. This is about those soccer players whose plane crash landed in the Andes Mountains, and, well, it says on the back rugby players, but I'm pretty sure in real life they were soccer players, and they had to resort to cannibalism to survive. But they didn't kill anybody. There were just a few people on the plane that died, and they ate the remains. So Survive, from 1976. It's a Spanish movie released by Paramount Pictures and dubbed into English. It's from Mexico. And another Scream Factory title, The Brain, Mind Over Matter, and this is a Canadian B-grade horror movie. And this includes a 2K scan of the only surviving film elements, new audio commentary with director Ed Hunt, new audio commentary with actor Tom Bresnahan, and new audio commentary with composer Paul Zaza, and new interviews with actors Cynthia Preston and George Buza, and assistant art director Michael Borthwick. And you get Love Letter to the Brain featurette. It's region A locked, rated R, 1080p, high definition widescreen, 1.85 from 1988, and it's 94 minutes. And this stars actor David Gale from the movie The Reanimator. So The Brain from Shout Factory Scream. And then one's another limited edition Blu-ray I had to buy directly from Shout, and I'm pretty sure that they sold out of this one. Roger Corman, late 50s drive-in film, The Brain Eaters, the crawling, slimy things terror-bent on destroying the world. And it's 61 minutes, and it says high definition in 1.37. That's a mistake. It should be anamorphic widescreen 1.85. The version that they stream on Shout Factory TV, I believe, is widescreen, so it should be the same. Region A locked, English subtitles, not rated. When a strange structure emerges from the earth in a small Illinois town, scientist Dr. Paul Kettering is sent to investigate its mysterious origins and purpose. Kettering soon discovers the shocking truth. The object houses subterranean parasites capable of controlling the minds of anyone by attaching themselves at their necks. With the citizenry slowly infiltrated and overtaken and the town cut off from the outside world, Kettering and a small band of those left unenslaved must take on the insurmountable task of halting this menacing invasion from spreading. Start starring Ed Nelson from TV's Peyton Place, and he was also in a bunch of late 50s, early 60s Roger Corman movies. And you get Joanna Lee from Plan 9 from Outer Space, and featuring a cameo by Leonard Nimoy from TV Star Trek, The Brain Eaters is a spellbinding science fiction nightmare. So The Brain Eaters on Blu-ray from Shout Factory, but part of their Scream Factory line, but a limited edition, which last time I checked it had sold out, so it was limited edition, so I don't think this one's coming back. Then one more is Scream Factory Collector's Edition title they got from Paramount. April Fool's Day. Good friends with some time to kill when Muffy St. John, Deborah Foreman from Valley Girl, invites her college friends up to her parents' secluded island home for the time of their lives. She just forgot to tell them it just might be the last time of their lives. As soon as the kids arrive on the island, someone starts trimming the guest list, one murderer at a time. What starts out as a weekend of harmless April Fool's Day pranks turns into a bloody battle for survival. It's just what you'd expect from the producer who brought you Body Parts, Species, and 3 of the Friday the 13th films. Special features, new interviews with director Fred Walton, actors Deborah Goodrich, Royce, and Clayton Ronner, cinematographer Charles Minsky, and composer Charles Bernstein, theatrical trailer and TV spots. And it's 1080p high definition widescreen, 2.35 DTS HD master audio stereo, and runs 88 minutes from 1986, color region A-locked, rated R, and English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Yeah, rated R. It's from Paramount. And licensed to Shout Factory for their Scream Factory line. So we've gone on for a little over 97 minutes. I want to recap everything. In part 2, I got the Scream Factory 4K Blu-ray set of Alligator, and the Scream Factory Blu-ray of April Fool's Day, and the limited edition Scream Factory Blu-ray of The Brain Eaters, sold out, and the Scream Factory Blu-ray of The Brain, and the Scream Factory Blu-ray of Survive, and then the Shout Factory Blu-ray DVD set of The Grateful Dead movie. Let's see. I also got the Scream Factory Blu-ray of Fire in the Sky. And then Kino Lorber Blu-ray of Dementia, aka Daughter of Horror. And the Arrow Blu-ray of Beyond the Door 2, aka Mario Bava's Shock. And the Arrow 4K Blu-ray Steelbook 3-disc set of David Lynch's film version of Dune, and the Paramount Blu-ray set of seasons 1 through 5 of South Park, and the Scorpion releasing Blu-ray of The Farmer, and the Kino Blu-ray of Village of the Giants, and the Kino Blu-ray of The Last Man on Earth starring Vincent Price, and the Severin Blu-ray of Raiders of Atlantis. And then also, from Shout Factory Scream Factory, I got the Blu-ray of The She Creature, along with poster. And then from Kino Lorber, the complete Metropolis 1927 German silent movie. And Kino Lorber Blu-ray of The Death Kiss starring Bela Lugosi. And the Code Red Kino Lorber Blu-ray of Starflight 1. And the Oldies.com Alpha Video DVD of cartoon rarities of the 1930s, and the Warner Archive DVD of Bugs Bunny Superstar, and the Code Red Kino Lorber DVD of Starflight 1, and then the MGM 20th Century Fox 4 DVD set of Marilyn Monroe favorites of Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, How to Marry a Millionaire, 7-Year Itch, and Some Like It Hot. And then I got the Marilyn Monroe DVD box set from 20th Century Fox, which contains some of the same movies, but has a few that weren't in that 4-movie pack. Niagara, Let's Make Love, River of No Return, and Marilyn Monroe, The Final Days. And then from Dark Force Entertainment, I got the drive-in double feature Blu-ray of Bog and Mako, The Jaws of Death, and the Blu-ray of Fangs, aka Snakes, and it's also called Holy Wednesday, and the new Blu-ray of Forced Entry that has the 88-minute standard definition VHS cut, as well as an 83-minute R-rated cut. That's longer than, both of those are longer than the 2 cuts that were put out previously on Blu-ray. And then from Kino, off of Amazon Prime, I bought going out of print Blu-ray of John Borman's The Emerald Forest, as well as the DVD. And John Borman's Excalibur from Warner Brothers. And another one that's going out of print from Kino that I think you can only get the DVD now is River of Death. And then another limited edition from Shout Factory, Scream Factory, The Flesh Eaters. And then Film Detective Blu-ray of The Brain from Planet Arrows, and Kino Lorber Blu-ray of The Antichrist, aka The Tempter. It's an Italian clone of The Exorcist. And then the Severn Blu-ray of Barbara Steele in An Angel for Satan. And Kino Lorber, or not Kino Lorber, the Arrow Blu-ray of Silent Running starring Bruce Dern. And the Arrow Blu-ray of the made-for-TV horror film The Initiation of Sarah starring Kay Lenz. And Kino Lorber Blu-ray of Savage Sisters. And then 2 more Scream Factory Blu-rays. Limited edition Roger Corman Blu-ray of the 1972 Women in Prison action flick The Hot Box. And I got a Blu-ray of the 1984 Sword and Sorcery Outer Space martial arts film, The Warrior and the Sorceress. It's another Roger Corman film, which, like the she creature, it came with a limited edition poster that matches this, so I showed that at the start, but I put the she creature poster over it, so I will take that off of there now. And I will end with that artwork of David Carradine and the four-breasted Valkyrine. So I'm Tim, and thank you for watching part 2 of my DVD and Blu-ray update for 2022. I said I was going to end with a poster, but haven't been on YouTube as much, and I'm sorry that it took a while, but it's been so long since I've done an update video, so I just had a lot to show off. And I do have a few more action figures that I'll show off in a separate video, but I just wanted this to be all physical media. So thanks for watching my DVD and Blu-ray update. Keep an eye out next month for more updates, because I'll be getting more discs in October. Probably won't be as much, but I'll get a few.